Good morning. I'm Keisha O'Connor, and today you're going to learn how to make the perfect cup of cappuccino. This is a cappuccino espresso machine. You cannot make coffee in this. You can make cappuccino and you can make espresso. The first step is you want to open the top, and it's very tight. You'll hear a little air escape once you have opened it. Now you want to measure your water. So generally I like to fill my line all the way up to the silver part so that I can get a lot of froth when I'm making my espresso. So now I filled it to the line. If you only want a small cup, you can fill this halfway. If you're making it for 2 people, you would use this amount of water, and then you can put as much milk and cream as you would like. So now I'm going to pour the water in from the top. And it goes in nice and easy. Now, I generally like to use bottled water. You're always supposed to start with nice cold water. That's one of the keys. Now, inside there is a filter, so you don't have to have filtered water. It's just my preference. All right, so we'll take this out of the way now. Make sure you've closed your cap very tightly. You will not get any steam if this cap is not on right, and you don't want to take the chance that it could possibly pop off. So now I'm going to put my cap back on my carafe. My next step is using my favorite espresso brand Starbucks coffee. So now I've already went ahead and filled this up. I just want to show you what it looks like. And it also has a lot to do with your preference. I always fill my coffee holder to the very top line. You simply put your coffee in, put it inside of here. Now you're ready to attach to your espresso machine. Now you'll know you have it in right because you're going to hear it click. And it's nice and tight. It's not going to go anyplace. Now when you're using cappuccino espresso machines, you can't put regular coffee in there. It's not going to work. If your coffee is, say, of the Turkish grind, it's too thin. You want it to be more coarse-like the Espresso brand or Cafe Verona. Those are coarse. You can use them in here, or you can simply grind your own coffee. But make sure that it's not too thin because you're going to end up getting water. You're not going to get a good cup of espresso. So we'll put this away. I've already done that. Now I'm going to slide my carafe underneath. My next step before I get started, I'm going to put some milk in my frothing cup. Now notice I have a little silver cup. They work the best. And I'm just going to put maybe 1/4 of a cup of milk inside of there. And then I'm going to put this away. And I like mine sweet and creamy. So now I'm going to add some Coffee House Skinny Caramel Macchiato. Perfect. Just enough to sweeten it. Now, I don't know if you like sugar in your coffee or sweetener, but you want to prepare all these things before you start. So I'm using my favorite Starbucks mug. I'm going to put my sweetener in. Some people say that the cream is just enough. They don't need any sugar. So I'll try one, and I'll put this out the way. Now I'm all set. I'm going to put my frothing mug close to my froth lever so that I know when it's time I'm going to start frothing. The first thing you want to do with this machine is you want to turn it to brew. My orange light is on, so I know that it is on. And I've already put my water in, so in just a few seconds it's going to start to brew my espresso. It's going to drop down into the carafe here. So I'll wait for that, and while that's happening, when you put in your frothing tool, you'll want to make sure that in the mug, the black lever is all the way down in the milk and it's underneath so that it bubbles. So you get that real thick foam, foam that's rather sudsy-like, because that is what you're going to put on the top of your cappuccino. The milk is going to be pouring into your mug. Now I generally pour mine in first on top of my sugar. Now if you want any type of flavor like vanilla or caramel, you can put that in before or after. It's really about your preference. So while that's going, I have my spoon ready. because once this gets going, I'm going to have to start frothing. Now my spoon, you'll want to use a big spoon because you can take some of that froth, that foam off if it's too much for you, or you might love a half a cup of froth. Matter of fact, when you go to Starbucks or any coffee house and order a cappuccino or an espresso, you can tell them less foam, more foam. You can say you like a wet cappuccino. A wet cappuccino is simply more of your coffee, more of your milk, and less of your foam. Some people say, well, what are you talking about? But that's the coffee house lingo. Wet, dry, extra hot, and generally I like mine wet and extra hot. Now I don't know if you can hear it, but you can see my coffee has already started to brew, and it's now dropping down into my carafe. Now what I normally do is I will stop it. I stop it halfway because I want to make sure that my foam and my milk that I put into the cup here is hot. I don't like it to be cold because that can make you have a bad cup of cappuccino. It makes it too cool, and I like mine nice and hot. That's why I say extra hot. So it's coming down, and it trickles because it's brewing through all these little devices inside of the machine. You can get any type of cappuccino espresso machine that you like. You can buy high-end, or you can buy your cheapy like mine. It's probably about $39. It's all about preference. Now some say one that's $500 should make you the best cup of coffee. Well, if it doesn't make it for me, I can't necessarily say that it's worth the money. Now look at the foam up here. So it's almost to the level that I need it to be. So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to turn my handle to the frothing mode. Put that mug underneath it. You hear that? Oh yeah. Now I'm frothing. It's nice and hot. It's bubbling up. It can be a little bit messy, especially for the first couple of times, but you'll get the hang of it, I'm sure. All right. So now I've gotten enough foam. So now I'm going to switch my button back over, and I'm going to let the espresso maker continue to brew the coffee. I'm going to remove the cup, and you notice, I got some foam. I have my mug here now. I'm going to hold back the foam so that the milk will go into the cup. So all that is just milk mixed with my cream and my sugar. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. Okay, now I'm holding back. That's all done. Make sure you turn it off. So now it's off. I safely remove the carafe, and here's my cappuccino. Now I'm pouring this in. It's nice and hot. I got the flavors. Oh, I can smell the aroma. Wonderful. Now, the final touches. I finished pouring in my milk and my foam. Now, if you like a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg, whatever your taste, you can sprinkle that right on. And I'm going to stir. You can stir while you're pouring this in, or you can simply stir it after. I probably should have did it before because once you start stirring, you might lose a little bit of your foam. And I think I am all done here. Make sure you turn off your espresso maker, save power. And now I have the perfect cup of cappuccino. Thank you.